Hey guys, it's James here. Today I'm back with another microphone comparison video for you, and we're going to be looking at the Shure SM7B and comparing it to the Heil PR40, both really popular in both podcasting and broadcasting worlds. So let's dive in, let's put these to the test. So welcome along to this video. If you're new here, my name is James Mulvaney. I love helping people get their ideas off the ground when it comes to audio, both in the podcasting and radio worlds. I'm founder of radio.co, podcast.co and matchmaker.fm, so you can go and check them out if you like. If you like content about audio, podcasting, equipment reviews, all of that good stuff, remember to hit that subscribe button. I'm watching you. And turn on your notifications if you want updates when I'm pushing out new content, because I release a new video every single Friday. So two of the best microphones available to both radio broadcasters, podcasters. I think these are second to none when it comes to spoken word. There are lots of options available. These are both dynamic microphones, so we're going to be specifically focusing on these two dynamic mics today. Shure SM7B, Heil PR40. They both have a great sound, both have their own individual sound characteristics. Hopefully this video might help you make your mind up. Again, the price point's similar on both these mics. We're going to be testing them initially with the RØDECASTER Pro, and I'm also going to be testing them in our sound booth as well, so you can kind of get a comparison. So right now I'm sat in our office. We have a little bit of sound treatment here, but it's not the perfect space to record, so it will give you an idea of, you know, if you're perhaps recording on location for a client or you're broadcasting from an event, what they might sound like. And then we're going to go into our soundproof booth and give you a comparison of what they sound like when they're in a sort of proper treated room, which is really quiet. All right, so firstly, let's test out the Shure SM7B. As you can see, we're recording directly into the RØDECASTER Pro. I've disabled all processing, so this is the flat sound of the microphone, so you can get an idea of what it sounds like in a fairly natural environment. I'm not in a sound treated room now. What we're going to do in a minute is actually go and test this out in our sound booth, which is silent and also has less of an echo. Right now I'm kind of sat in an office environment, which sometimes is quite good, and it's quite good to have dynamic microphones because they're especially good at rejecting kind of background noise. Here in the office, you know, we've got other people kind of doing work and talking, sometimes people walking past, we've got cars and things going past outside, so it can be good for a sort of non-ideal sound recording, like non-studio environment. Perhaps you're recording on the go, you're taking microphones out to record podcasts or broadcast from a remote location. Dynamic mics can be the way forward. Just a quick demo so you can see what I mean. This is the off-axis rejection. So if I go around here, you probably won't be able to hear me very well. Whereas if I'm right in front of the microphone, you know, 6 to 8 inches away is a good place to be. You'll get a nice, clear recording. So now let's check out the Heil PR40. Okay, so this is the sound of the Heil PR40. Again, we're in exactly the same space. Again, no processing has been enabled on the RØDECASTER Pro. This is just the flat sound of the microphone. I'm about equidistant away. Again, let's give you a demo of the off-axis rejection. So if I move the mic around, you'll see this is what it sounds like if I'm not too close to the microphone. Again, it's pretty good at rejecting background noise, but these kind of microphones are always best when you are nice and close and speaking directly into them. They're perfect for recording in environments that perhaps aren't perfectly sound treated, such as a professional studio. All right, so now let's do a side-by-side comparison. Which microphone do you think I'm currently speaking into? Is it Shure SM7B or is it the Heil PR40? And now we'll reveal which microphone is which. We'll flick between them so you can hear the differences. Which do you think sounds better? Do you think you like the sound of my voice into the Heil PR40 or into the Shure SM7B? I think you'll agree they both have unique sounds, but be interested to know which one you prefer. Let me know in the comments below. In this environment, does the Shure SM7B sound better, or does the Heil PR40 sound better? Alright, so now I have enabled audio processing on the RØDECASTER Pro. Everything has been enabled except for the high pass filter. So I've got the noise gate, I've got compression, and I've also got the effects on board. All of these are designed to make my voice sound bigger and brighter. Now the thing with processing is sometimes it can make a microphone sound much better, but also sometimes it can kind of screw up the sound of how the microphone sound, and sometimes actually people prefer the flat sound of the microphone. So I'm intrigued to know what you think about processing. I've got processing enabled on both these microphones now, and we're recording both of these directly into the RØDECASTER? Do you prefer the Heil PR40 with the processing enabled, or the Shure SM7B? Or maybe you prefer the sound of them without any processing? Let me know in the comments. Tell me what you think. All right, so now I've switched location. I'm currently in a kitchen, which, as you can hear, has got quite a bad echo to it. Right now, I've got processing enabled on both of these microphones, but I wanted to show you what it sounded like in a little bit of a different environment. So do you prefer the sound of the Shure SM7B, or do you prefer the sound of the Heil PR40? Now let's switch the processing off. Okay, so now we've switched off the audio processing on both of the microphones. Which do you think sounds better? Does it sound better with the Shure SM7B in our echoey kitchen here, or does it sound better on the Heil PR40? Let me know in the comments which microphone do you prefer the sound of. Now let's head into the sound booth, where we're in a silent treated room, and we can compare the two microphones in there as well. Alright, so just to finish up, this is what these microphones sound like in a sound treated room. Obviously here you can't really hear anything going on outside. It's pretty well insulated, and also we've got a lot of sound treatment all over the walls, so it's a fairly quiet, flat sound. Again, this is what the microphones sound like when I've got no processing engaged. Now let's switch the processing on so you can get a feel of how that affects the sound of these microphones when they're in a quiet booth like this. Okay, so just to finish up then, I've enabled processing on both of these microphones. Again, we're in a sound treated room. No outside disturbance, no echo here really, no sounds of fans or anything else running in the background. Nice quiet space. This is what you'd get if you're in a professional studio, but I've enabled processing. So again, noise gate, the de-esser, the compressor, the effects, it's all been enabled, and it's all with the default RØDE settings. Which microphone do you think sounds better? Either the Shure SM7B or the Heil PR40. Okay, so to finish this video up, both these microphones, we've disengaged the processing again. I've had a great time testing both of these microphones today. I'm intrigued to know which one you prefer. We've heard them in a variety of different situations. I think both of these mics sound fantastic. If you're thinking about investing in a good quality microphone for your radio studio, your podcast studio, or to create video content, both these are good options. I'll put links in the descriptions below. Obviously, they're affiliate links, so you can go out and purchase them on Amazon. The Shure SM7B, the Heil PR40, both fantastic sounding microphones. Let me know in the comments which one you prefer, or if you're thinking about going and buying one, I'd love to know about it. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. What makes the difference between a successful radio station and a failed project? Well, after working with tens of thousands of broadcasters over the past 15 years and helping lots of people start their own radio stations, I see the same mistakes being made time and time again. So what I've done is I've put together a guide called the 5-Step Radio Startup Checklist, which really covers everything from concepting your radio station to marketing it. And this guide, I believe, will make the difference between you having a successful venture with longevity and creating something that doesn't quite hit the mark. Go and grab your copy now for free at jamesm.com/radio. Just enter your name and your email address and I'll send it over to you straight away. You're going to find it really useful. There's tons of information there which will help you with concepting and launching your brand and bringing it to market.